Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Hey guys, okay. Hey guys, welcome. All right, start fresh. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Football. I think we need a do-over of 2020. It's been a crazy 3 months so far, and now we have to deal with some issues that are going to affect football in general across the world, in Africa and all over the world. As usual, I am your host, Selassie Fiawe. Today we're going to talk about the virus that is really plaguing the world of football and preventing us from possibly having our Afcon 2021 qualifiers, and it's under threat. I'll read a statement from the Ghana Football Association. If you haven't heard it, they released a statement yesterday concerning the virus that is plaguing the world. Now, European leagues, you might be aware, have cancelled most of their games this weekend, and it's likely that the Premier League will follow suit immediately. In Ghana here, games are going on as scheduled. The cases are not as rampant in Ghana, in Africa here, as in Europe, so you wouldn't expect that to be the case. I'll read a statement of the GFA to you, and we'll also talk about the possibility of the Afcon 2021 qualifiers being postponed. As at the time I'm recording this video, CAF haven't released a statement to that effect, and we don't know what they are going to do about this virus that has plagued the world of football. As usual, if you're new to the channel, I advise you to subscribe to the channel and to click on the notification bell to get more updates. So we all know the world of football has been plagued by this issue, and it's the only thing people are talking about. It is the deadly virus, which is called coronavirus. Now, the Ghana Football Association, because there were no reports here in Ghana yesterday, released a statement that has changed. However, late last night, 2 cases were reported here in Ghana, and possibly that could affect everything in terms of our league. Tomorrow, the Black Maidens are supposed to take on Liberia in the return leg of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifier. Are leading 2-0, but because of this and safety concerns for public health, which is paramount obviously, the GFA later this afternoon will meet and convene for a meeting and bring out the results later on, which I will communicate to you guys. Now, the Ghana Football Association released this statement yesterday concerning COVID-19. Now, the Ghana Football Association has released a statement on the COVID-19 pandemic, assuring fans and stakeholders that they are monitoring the situation closely. This is the full statement, and I read: the GFA wishes to inform stakeholders and the entire football fraternity that the GFA is closely monitoring the evolvement of the coronavirus across the world, and particularly in Africa. As espoused by His Excellency the President of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, on Wednesday, we each have a responsibility to ensure Ghana is safe. The President assured the country that the government is taking steps to handle any adverse impacts the outbreak could have on the country. His statement is very encouraging and assuring. Now, the GFA has therefore decided to maintain the schedule of all competitions as we continue to liaise with the government, the General Health Service, and the Ministry of Health, and follow all the national health protocols on the matter. Now, the GFA has also taken off notice of the statement from the Confederation of African Football, CAF. The GFA will continue to support government efforts by appealing to all participants of football, media and the general public to report suspected cases to nearby health centers and hospitals, and call hotlines, which I will put in the description, I will not mention here, for prompt action as directed by the government. So that is it there from the GFA yesterday, when Ghana hadn't reported any cases of the virus. Fast forward 24 hours later, and we have 2 reported cases here in the country. As to whether that will lead to the cancellation of the Premier League match day 15, which is scheduled for this weekend, and the Liberia vs Ghana game and the 17 Women's World Cup qualifier, that is another story we'll look at later on. It's going to affect the footballing activities. Many fans, if they hear of this, might not troop to the stadium as they did last night for the last game of match day 14 between Asante Kotoko and Ebusia Dwarfs. Now, this we have to look at the bigger picture here. We have Afcon 2021 qualifiers set to take place later this month. Up to now, CAF has not made any statement concerning whether the Afcon 2021 qualifiers will take place or not, or whether they will be postponed. As of yesterday, CAF's response to that was that the Afcon 2021 qualifiers will go on as scheduled. They are monitoring the situation, and if it gets worse, they would likely have to play behind closed doors. That is the least they said about the issue. And with the issue and the virus traveling so fast, it would look like prevention should be what we should look at. Now, we all know what is happening in Italy. Players getting positive tests in Europe, leagues getting shut down. Now, one question I have is, the players who are going to play in this Afcon 2021 qualifiers are mostly players in Europe. They cannot come down to the African continent to play in a qualifier game and possibly transmit the virus to their fellow teammates, who might transmit it later on to their family and friends. So in that light, I think postponing the games would be in the interest of everyone in the general public. I don't know what you think about it. Postponing the games would be in the interest of the general public, but let me know what you think in the comments box. Most coaches have aired their opinions. Also, I've told you yesterday that CK Akono is considering not calling up players in places affected adversely really by the coronavirus. Now, players such as Alfred Duncan, who are in Italy, also have been affected. Emmanuel Achimambedu, he wasn't called up actually, so they also have been affected by this serious issue, and it's looking likely that it's going to be going on for a while. Now, Coach CK Akono has not made his decision yet, but we are looking forward to him making that in the end. Now, some coaches and some countries have travel restrictions also. Kenya, Lesotho, and others have restricted entry in and out of the country, and this could, in a long way, because they are all taking part in the Afcon 2021 qualifiers, would mean that CAF will have to postpone this round of game, this round of qualifiers. It was a double header slated for late March, but it's looking more and more likely that these games might not come off. Now, the Gambia coach Sainfiet said the Afcon qualifiers should be postponed. He says that Italy, the most affected European country, is currently under lockdown, and all Serie A matches have been suspended. This has affected the Gambia national team, which has numerous players based in Italy. Now, the Gambia Scorpions are set to play Gabon in the Afcon 2021 qualifiers. Remember, Gabon has Arsenal forward Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and his team, his coach, has been affected by the virus, and the team is under lockdown and quarantine. So it's logical that this game cannot go on. The players who are going to be involved are players who are under quarantine. Now, we cannot expect to play the qualification games when some countries can't use many of their best players, not because of the injuries or personal reasons, but because of international problem, he told BBC. Now, we are talking about Italy, but there are also other European countries like France and even Belgium, where coronavirus is increasing a lot. We don't know how soon it will go. Maybe in 1 week's time, there will be parts of France also in quarantine, and many African players who play in France will also be having consequences from that. While the chances of China-based players fulfilling national duties are slim, Seinfeld wants the match Afcon 2021 qualifiers postponed to June. Coronavirus cases have been confirmed in North African countries, Nigeria and South Africa, and latest to reach that list is Kenya as well. Do you agree with Seinfeld here? Basically, he's saying his best players cannot come to the game, cannot be at the game, and it's only just logical that without his best players not being out because of injury or personal issues, because of a pandemic, it's only fair that the issues, the game cannot be played, we have to postpone it, and that is all he is calling for. Confederation of African Football, CAF, have not responded in the latest development that is coming out for this COVID-19. We are yet to hear from them, but I felt you should know this. Afcon 2021 qualifiers are likely to be called off. What do you think should happen? Logically, safety and health of the fans and players is paramount, but in Africa it's not as rampant as in Europe. We shouldn't wait, however, for that to get to that situation yet. We have to take precautions and make sure it doesn't escalate more than it should. Nigeria are battling it well, but how many African countries can contain this virus? CAF has to come out with a statement and let us know the way forward, but I feel these games can come off because most of the players who take part in it are in Europe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box, where you are, how it's affecting your daily life. Some places are here in the world are in lockdown. Let me know your situation wherever you are. I've been your host, Lasfiawe. 2020 has been quite a ride, 3 months in, and it's like we are all on pause. How are you handling it? Enjoy your weekend. You're going to be all right. Follow the precautionary measures. I'm sure it will pass. Enjoy your day. Have a great weekend. Yeah, so that video was shot earlier today, and since then CAF just released a statement which I'll add here to the end of the video. It has said that they are postponing all CAF matches and commissioners workshop due to the situation of the COVID-19. Now, dear General Secretaries, the letter reads, following the growing concern of COVID-19 virus and latest declaration by the World Health Organization describing it as a pandemic, CAF Emergency Committee has decided to postpone the following matches until further notice. They include the total Afcon 2021 qualifiers, match day 3 and 4 of the qualifiers initially scheduled for 25th to 31st of March. FIFA Under 20 Women's World Cup qualifiers initially scheduled for the 20th to 22nd and 27th to 29th of March, and the total and Afcon 2020 qualifiers. Women's Afcon 2020 qualifiers initially scheduled for 8th to 14th of April. Now, CAF shall announce the new program in due time. Concerning the total African Nations Championship CHAN 2020 scheduled in Cameroon from the 4th to 25th of April, a delegation from the CAF Medical Committee is scheduled to visit Cameroon from 14th to 15th of March 2020. Now, the purpose of this mission is to assess all the preventive measures taken by the local organizing committee. A decision will be taken after the inspection visit. On the other hand, CAF has also decided to postpone the match commissioners workshop scheduled for the 19th and 20th of March until further notice. We would like to assure you that CAF is monitoring the situation closely and working with the competent authorities such as World Health Organization and the impact of the virus in the continent and CAF competitions. In the meantime, please accept, dear General Secretary, our sincere regards. So that's a statement there released after I had done this video. I thought you should know CAF have actually postponed the qualifiers and some other matches in there. Your thoughts are welcome in the comments box. How are you dealing with this situation?